In this episode, we're going to hack some vintage equipment. So if you don't have a strong stomach, I would advise you to tune away now, because we're going to start cutting holes in the back of a nice Denon tuner and amplifier to change the power cord. And this was that pristine one. The guy wants a detachable power cord and he wants the color of the lights changed. So that's what we're going to do in this one. I received the package in the mail. Let's see what arrived. Looks like condoms for light bulbs. This, of course, is for that Denon 3900 that's in such great shape, but it had white lights and the owner wanted the lights green. So he actually ordered some light covers, and I'm going to put these on and see if it'll make the lights the desired shade of green. And then we'll open up the tuner as well, because he wants me to put some lights in to light the inside of the cabinet, or inside of the dial up, because of course that tuner doesn't have a dial light, it just has a light on the pointer and the meter. So let's see how these ones look when I get done. So if you guys remember this amp, this is the one that we put all the new caps in. The lights for the meters are right here on this little circuit board, so I'm going to remove that board and see if we can get the lights to change color. As you see, the lights are a different type of bulb, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to actually have to unsolder one end of the bulb and cut a hole in the end of the filters. These are like a rubber filter, so we'll cut a hole in the end so that I can put the filter over top of the bulb like that, and then reattach the bulb. Okay, the moment of truth. Yeah, they look nice and green. Maybe a little too green. Let's see whether these are going to fit back in here. Yeah, they might fit in here. It's quite a large slot. We'll put these back in here and see how they light the meters up once they're installed. The moment of truth. How are these lights going to look? They're green. So here is how they look with subdued lighting. They're green. They're not as bright as they were, but they definitely have a green glow to them. Another thing I was asked to do on this was to change the power cord for a polarized cord. Remove this one and put a polarized cord on. The guy actually wanted me to put power connectors on the back. Now this is going to require me to remove that strain relief and actually enlarge the hole big enough to install that power jack. I didn't really want to do this, but the owner of it would like it done, so let's get started. So first I'm going to remove the strain relief and the existing power cord. I totally missed that because this freaking camera shut down again on me. Bloody SanDisk SD card. There's the strain relief out. I see to enlarge that hole big enough to fit this, it's going to require a lot of cutting. And this is steel. So it's not like it's something that I can just open up with some snips. I don't have snips that will do that. And I don't have a grinder. I don't have a Dremel grinder that would be able to do that either. Well, I did it on this one, and I don't think I'm going to do it on the other one because this was a tremendous amount of work. I've spent over an hour after I took out the strain relief to get, using hand tools, to get the hole enlarged to the point where I could install this socket. And it's not perfect. It's I mean, it's not perfect, but it's as good as I'm able to do with the limited hand tools that I have. It cut the hole the exact size, and it's a little bit rough on the edge here, but that's about all I could do. Mount the new plug. As I say, I did it on the amplifier. I was doing this with nibblers and pliers and side cutters, and it was bloody tough to cut this. It's steel, and it is relatively hard to work with. So I've done this one. I'll wire it up now, and I'm going to be done with this. Okay, now to connect the terminals. The square one is the neutral. The round side is the hot. So on the back here, square is the top one. So that's the neutral. The neutral going to the convenience outlets. So which one goes to all the convenience outlets on here? Which is not switched. Probably both of them are going to beep because I'm going to hear the transformer. Okay. This has got switched and unswitched. Okay, unswitched is this one here. These other ones are the switched ones. So which ones are on the switch? Okay, that's neutral. Because this one here, the top one, is the switched one. So hot to the top, neutral to the bottom. That way, when the switch is off, there's no hot going to any of the switched outlets. So neutral to the bottom and hot to the top, which is the one going to the switch. So this is the neutral wire. I'm just going to cut this other one right off flush. I will attach and solder the neutral wire and then do the same for the hot wire, and then I'm done with this one. I just found out today that one of my coworkers was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he's not very old, so it's kind of a shocker. There we go. Lights are on, lights off. So that one's done. We'll get on the tuner next and see if we can do something for the lights on it. Light up the dial a little better. Okay, I've got the tuner back again on my bench. This is the one that he wants to have lights to light up the dial. And I don't know what I can put in here. I might be able to put a couple of LEDs. Except for it's black. I made that silver on the inside with some silver tape. That might help. I might end up having to do that. I've got some of this, I got some shiny silver tape. If I put some shiny silver tape on the inside, it may reflect enough light that will get into here, because there's not really any space, as you can see, to mount any lights on here. It's open here, but there's not really any space, because as you can see, when the pointer moves across the screen or across the dial, it's going to hit anything that's in here. So the lights are going to have to be behind here, directing their light forward. That's the only thing I can think of that might work. So if we remember from the last time we had the tuner apart, I think did I show you guys when I hooked the lights up or not for testing? I don't know if I did or not, but I can hook up these lights. We use the 7-volt, this is it here, 7-volt rail, which is what the other lights are lit with. 7 volts AC. We'll see how these lights look, just sitting them in the cabinet. So these lights, of course, are bright white, but they will work. They will light this display up. So I'm thinking if I tape these lights to the underside of the cabinet, something like that, and like this, then when I put the top on, there may be enough light coming out of these that will light the display up in a nice green glow. Let's take a look. Well, it certainly does make it glow. The thing is, it's not the same color as these are darker green than the original ones, but it does make the display light up for sure. So this will light the display up just like this in green. I could put a silver reflector behind here too. I've got a piece of silver tape. I could stand a little reflector behind there to actually throw more light towards the display. Although it does light it up, gives it a nice green glow. The problem is this green is a different tint of green than the green filters on the other bulbs. I guess now we'll change the power cord on this one as well, and I'm going to mount chassis jack on the back of this one. Remove the strain relief on this one. We'll drill it out and see if we can cut through this. At least I got a little bit more room on this one to work than the other one. I don't have to worry about hitting anything. Now I've got my holes drilled. I just have to basically clip out the material between them, and hopefully I'll get the socket in there and I can drill the pilot holes for it, bolt it on, and make it work. So here's the connector installed on this one. Just build it up a bit with JB Weld, and let it set up, and then we'll wire it up, and I'll put a couple screws in here as well, and this one here should be ready to go. On this one, this is going to be the neutral side, because you see this is the side that's got the resistor that's going to the chassis. So we trace this wire back, it comes up to this one up here. So this is going to be our neutral wire, and this one's going to be our hot wire. Again, the neutral goes to the side that's square, which is, in this case, is the top lug. So we're going to wire this up with the polarized plug, and then this one will be done. And the client who owns this, he's getting his wish. He's got his polarized power connectors added, and polarized cords. So in the end, the client decided to put the green filters on the meters, so the meters would match the amplifier. So the meters are now green, and we have a white dial with a light green pointer. But at least the dial is lit up now, whereas before it wasn't. And that's where we're leaving this one. Thanks for watching.